Hello, everyone, and welcome back to English Podcast Every Day.
It's so great to be here with you all again. I'm Sarah.
And I'm Alex. We're thrilled you've joined us for another episode designed to help you boost your English skills.
Absolutely. And if you're enjoying our podcast, please remember to hit that subscribe button, leave us a review, and share us with your friends.
Your support really helps us reach more learners like you around the world.
It certainly does. And today, Alex, we're diving into a topic that's super practical and something everyone needs to master.
That's right, Sarah. We're going to tackle how to talk about yourself in English.
Yes, whether it's for a job interview, making new friends, or just everyday conversation, knowing how to introduce yourself and share your story effectively is key.
All right, so today we're diving into something really exciting and super practical for your English journey, talking about yourself.
Yes, and it's not just about introductions, right? It's about being able to articulate your experiences, your passions, your goals, everything that makes you, you.
Exactly. For English learners, this skill is fundamental. Think about it. Every conversation, every new person you meet often starts with some form of self-introduction or sharing personal information.
And it can be nerve-wracking, especially if you're worried about finding the right words or sounding confident. But today, we're going to arm you with some fantastic vocabulary and phrases to make it much easier.
Let's start with a really useful phrase for when you're asked about your background or what you do. I'm currently based in. This is a great way to state your location without simply saying, I live in.
Oh, I use that all the time. For example, I'm currently based in Los Angeles, but I grew up in a small town in Oregon. It sounds more professional and a bit more dynamic, doesn't it?
Absolutely. Next up, when you're talking about your interests or what you enjoy doing, try I'm passionate about. This conveys a much stronger feeling than just I like.
Yes, like I'm passionate about sustainable living and finding creative ways to reduce waste. It immediately tells people something deep about your values and what drives you. It opens the door for more meaningful conversation.
And for professional contexts or even just explaining your journey, I've always been drawn to is excellent. It shows a long-standing interest or inclination towards something.
That's a good one. I've always been drawn to storytelling, which is why I got into podcasting. It gives a nice, personal touch and explains your choices without sounding like a resume.
Finally, a phrase for future aspirations or what you're working towards. I'm currently focused on. This is great for interviews or networking events.
Right. I'm currently focused on improving my Spanish and training for a marathon. It shows ambition and gives people something concrete to ask you about. It's a fantastic conversation starter. All right, everyone, now let's hear a real conversation. Listen closely for those key phrases we just learned. Here's a chat between Michael and Nicole, catching up and sharing what they're currently focused on.
Hey Nicole, long time no see. How have you been?
Michael, so good to see you too. I've been great, thanks. Just keeping busy. What about you? Still based in the city?
Yeah, I'm currently based in downtown, but I'm thinking about moving a bit further out next year. The rent is getting a bit much.
I hear you. It's crazy out there. So, what have you been up to? Are you still passionate about photography?
Oh, absolutely. I'm definitely still passionate about photography. In fact, I'm currently focused on improving my landscape photography skills.
That's awesome. I've always been drawn to nature photography myself. Do you have any favorite spots?
Well, I recently went to the national park upstate and it was incredible. There's so much beauty there. What about you? What are you passionate about these days?
I'm passionate about sustainable living. I'm currently focused on reducing my household waste and finding eco-friendly alternatives for everything.
Wow, that's a big undertaking. That's really admirable. I've always been drawn to the idea of being more eco-conscious, but it feels a bit overwhelming sometimes.
It can be, but you just start small, you know. Like bringing your own reusable bag to the grocery store. Every little bit helps. And what about your job? Still at the tech company?
Yes, still there. I'm currently focused on a new project that involves AI, which is both challenging and exciting. It's a lot of long hours, but I'm learning a ton.
That sounds fascinating. I've always been drawn to the intersection of technology and creativity. Maybe we should catch up properly soon, and you can tell me more about it.
Definitely, I'd love that. Maybe we can find a nice coffee shop that allows reusable cups.
Perfect. I know just the place. It's great catching up, Michael.
You too, Nicole. Talk soon.
All right, everyone, welcome back. That was a great conversation between Michael and Nicole. Now let's break it down and unpack some of the fantastic language they used.
I love how naturally they integrated the phrases we just discussed. Right off the bat, Michael asked Nicole, "Still based in the city?" And she replied, "I'm currently based in downtown." It flowed so perfectly.
Exactly, and notice how Michael used "I'm thinking about moving a bit further out next year." This is a great example of expressing a future intention or a plan that's still in the contemplation stage. It's not a definite "I will move," but rather "I'm considering it."
Yes, and then Nicole's response, "I hear you, it's crazy out there." "I hear you" is such a natural, empathetic way to say, "I understand and agree with what you're saying." It's much more engaging than just, "I understand."
Absolutely. Another phrase that stood out was when Michael said, "I'm definitely still passionate about photography." He added "definitely" for emphasis, which is a common B2 level modifier to strengthen an opinion or statement.
And Nicole followed up with, "I've always been drawn to nature photography myself." It shows her shared interest and opens the door for more conversation. And what about when she said, "Wow, that's a big undertaking"?
A big undertaking is an excellent phrase for describing a large, complex, or challenging task. It's much more descriptive than simply a big task and implies a significant commitment of time and effort.
Exactly. And she also used admirable, which is a fantastic B2 level adjective for something deserving of respect or approval. So much better than just good or nice.
And when Nicole encouraged Michael, saying, "It can be, but you just start small, like bringing your own reusable bag to the grocery store. Every little bit helps." Every little bit helps is a common idiom meaning that even small actions can contribute to a positive result.
Such a practical and encouraging phrase. And then Michael mentioned his job. "I'm currently focused on a new project that involves AI, which is both challenging and exciting." This perfectly demonstrates how to explain current work without going into too much detail.
Yes, and Nicole's response, "I've always been drawn to the intersection of technology and creativity," shows another great use of "I've always been drawn to," combined with a more advanced concept like the intersection of. This indicates a deeper understanding and interest.
It's fantastic how they used these phrases to build rapport and keep the conversation flowing naturally. They weren't just answering questions. They were sharing genuine insights and inviting further discussion. That was a fantastic example of using those phrases naturally. Now, let's shift gears a little and talk about how to share your personal story and values in a more nuanced way, especially when you want to make a deeper connection.
That's a great point, Sarah. It's not just about listing facts, it's about conveying who you are. One excellent phrase for this is, "I firmly believe that." This isn't just an opinion, it's a strongly held conviction.
Yes, like, "I firmly believe that education is the key to unlocking potential." It immediately tells people about your core values. A common mistake here is for learners to say, "I strong believe," or "I believe strong." Remember, firmly is the adverb modifying believe.
Precisely. Another useful phrase for explaining the why behind your actions is, "My philosophy is to." This indicates a guiding principle or a personal approach to life or work.
Oh, I love that. "My philosophy is to always learn something new every day, no matter how small." It gives a lovely insight into your mindset. Don't say, "My philosophy is that I always learn." The "to" is key here for the infinitive verb.
And for describing your personal journey or background in a concise way, "I come from a background in" is very versatile. It works for academic, professional, or even cultural backgrounds.
Absolutely. I come from a background in classical music, which really shaped my discipline. Or, I come from a background in customer service, so I value clear communication. A common error might be, I come from background of, instead of a background in.
Finally, to express what motivates you, try what truly drives me is. This is much more impactful than just, I am motivated by. It shows a deeper internal source of inspiration.
Love it. What truly drives me is seeing people achieve their full potential. Or, what truly drives me is the challenge of solving complex problems. Be careful not to say, what truly drive me is. Make sure the verb drives agrees with the singular subject, what.
All right, everyone, let's hear another real-world example. This time, we have Adam and Sky discussing their fitness journeys. Listen out for those new phrases we just covered.
Hey Sky, good to see you. How was your weekend?
Hi, Adam. It was great, thanks. I actually ran a 10K race on Saturday. I'm still feeling it, but it was really satisfying.
Wow, a 10K? That's impressive. I'm trying to get back into running myself. What truly drives you to keep pushing like that?
Well, what truly drives me is the feeling of accomplishment and seeing how far my body can go. I firmly believe that consistency is key to any fitness goal.
Consistency? That's where I struggle. My philosophy is to enjoy the process, but sometimes the process is just hard.
Oh, I totally get that. But my philosophy is also that even small steps add up. I come from a background in competitive sports, so I learned early on that discipline pays off.
Competitive sports, huh? That explains a lot. I come from a background in more creative fields, so the structured routine of training can be a challenge for me.
I understand, but I firmly believe that physical activity can actually boost creativity. Maybe you could try something less structured, like hiking or dance.
That's a good point. I hadn't thought of it that way. What truly drives you to try new races and push your limits?
It's the personal challenge, mostly. And I firmly believe that stepping out of your comfort zone helps you grow in all aspects of life. My philosophy is to always keep exploring my capabilities.
That's a powerful philosophy. I've been thinking about trying a marathon next year, but it feels like such a huge undertaking.
It is a big undertaking, but it's totally achievable if you train smart. What truly drives you to consider a marathon?
Honestly, what truly drives me is the desire to prove to myself I can do it. And I firmly believe it would give me a new sense of discipline.
That's an excellent reason. I'm sure you can do it. My philosophy for marathon training is slow and steady wins the race. Literally.
Haha, good to know. Maybe I can pick your brain sometime about a training plan. I come from a background of never having run more than 5K, so I'll need all the advice I can get.
Absolutely. I'd be happy to share what I've learned. It's a journey, and I firmly believe everyone can achieve their fitness goals with the right mindset.
Thanks, Sky, that's really encouraging. I feel a bit more motivated now.
Great conversation. Now let's break it down and compare B1 and B2 level language.
Absolutely, Sarah. In this second conversation, we heard Adam and Sky use the phrases we just discussed, but we can also highlight the difference between B1 and B2 English.
Yes, for example, when Sky said, I'm still feeling it, but it was really satisfying. I'm still feeling it is a very natural B2 way to say you're still experiencing the effects, in this case, muscle soreness. A B1 learner might say, my legs are still tired.
That's a great distinction, and Adam's response, wow, a 10K, that's impressive. Impressive is a good B2 adjective showing admiration. A B1 speaker might use good or nice instead.
Then Sky said, I firmly believe that consistency is key to any fitness goal. The phrase is key to is a fantastic B2 idiom meaning is essential for. A B1 learner might say, consistency is very important for any fitness goal.
Exactly, and later when Adam said, my philosophy is to enjoy the process, but sometimes the process is just hard, the use of just here is a B2 level softener, acknowledging the difficulty without being overly dramatic. A B1 speaker might just say, the process is hard.
And Sky's reply, oh, I totally get that. I totally get that is a very natural, empathetic B2 response, much more engaging than a simple, I understand. It shows full comprehension and shared feeling.
Notice also Sky's use of discipline pays off when talking about her background in competitive sports. Pays off is a great B2 phrasal verb meaning to yield positive results or rewards. A B1 learner might say, discipline is good or discipline helps you.
And Adam's response, That explains a lot. This is a common, natural B2 expression indicating that new information has clarified a situation or a person's behavior. A B1 speaker might say, "Now I understand."
Finally, when Sky said, "My philosophy for marathon training is slow and steady wins the race." Literally, she used the idiom "slow and steady wins the race," a fantastic B2 level addition, and then humorously clarified it with literally.
These little nuances make a huge difference in sounding more natural and advanced. They show that you're not just translating word for word, but thinking in English.
All right, everyone, let's do a quick recap of everything we covered in today's episode.
What a fantastic session on how to talk about yourself in English. We started with some super practical phrases like, "I'm currently based in," "I'm passionate about," "I've always been drawn to," and "I'm currently focused on."
That's right, we heard these phrases in action during our first audio conversation, where we also highlighted natural expressions like "I hear you" and "a big undertaking," along with the B2 modifier, definitely.
Then we dove deeper into sharing your story and values with phrases like, "I firmly believe that," "My philosophy is to," "I come from a background in," and "What truly drives me is."
And our second audio conversation showcased these beautifully, demonstrating how to sound more natural and advanced. We looked at B2 vocabulary such as impressive and is key to, along with natural responses like "I totally get that" and the idiom "discipline pays off."
We also touched on B2 nuances like using "just" as a softener and the power of idioms such as "slow and steady wins the race." The goal is always to move beyond simple translations and think in English.
Absolutely, by practicing these phrases and understanding their context, you'll feel much more confident and articulate when talking about yourself in English, whether it's for an interview, networking, or just making new friends. Well, that brings us to the end of today's episode.
It's been such a fantastic discussion, and we hope you feel much more confident about talking about yourselves in English now.
Thank you so much for tuning in. Your dedication to improving your English truly inspires us.
If you enjoyed this episode, please remember to hit that subscribe button, leave us a review, and share it with your friends. And we'd love to hear your topic suggestions in the comments below.
Keep practicing, keep learning, and remember that every little bit helps you on your English journey.
Absolutely. Until next time, keep speaking English every day.